So let's start with what's commonly known about the music industry. This is part two. The music industry, us humans who are just on the outskirts, we're not in none of this, extra activity. So to us, it seems like sometimes we see rituals on stages. We say, that looked like a ritual. Why did I feel like I was part of some kind of evil ritual by what they were putting there? All these lights and it's demonic. Why is that even here? I'm just listening to a casual song. What type of music we listen to is very highly important to the Lord, because through that music, everything is frequency. So evil has found a way to latch onto music industries, be in the music industries. And you'll hear stories from the actual artists come out and say, they brought me to a room, I had to do this and that. And there was one security guard who brought out a story. He's like, yeah, I stood as security, and the people that they bring in, the music artists, when they're there to sign their contracts or whatever, they have no clue they're in part of a ritual. But afterwards, they go ahead and like for example, if they had a pentagram on the ground, or some kind of Ouija board, they'd cover that up in the room so you don't see the demonic possessions and items in there, and maybe a flower sitting on top of the Ouija board, and a nice tablecloth. So you don't see the ritual stuff that's in the room. But the security guard, he's standing there the whole time. And so he comes and reports. There's a video about it. He said it. I'm just using his example. But he's like, there's all kind of ritual stuff in the room, and it's covered up. So they don't know they're a part of a ritual. They come in there, sign their contract, walk out, and now they're locked in. They may not, the actual music artists may not know they're part of this, but those who are on the upper hand, they know all about the demonic things they're doing. And because that demonic is everything's frequency, then when you're listening to those songs, it's almost like they get to possess your soul. You don't know how many demons you're being loaded down with because you have accepted these songs that are being played over and over, and they have such negative and raunchy topics that you wouldn't play before God Almighty. So let us do things that we would do before the Almighty, and that will really keep us on the up and up, on the straight and narrow path that the Lord wants us on, because he says, if you're hot and cold, I will spew you out of my mouth. We don't realize how serious the Father is about evil. He hates it. He had to get can you imagine all that yucky sin attached to you? You feel awful because of your own sin that you got attached to you, but you don't have to, because the Lord died to free you from sin, guilt, and death. So you shouldn't have any guilt. If you really follow in the Lord, lay it down. But the Lord had to have all the sin of the world on him. And your own sin makes you feel yucky. So imagine how awful he felt that attached to him. And it wasn't even his. So he hates sin with a passion. He hates it. And if we're walking around just enjoying it, he's like, I'm going to work with you. But if you don't get the picture, you will